freaking measure, shake it, grab it, whatever you gotta do to it to get it in under your fingers and into your dumb brain. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Yeah. Another Mississippi John Hurt. You Are My Sunshine. Classic song, right? Everyone sings this song to their kids. Changing a diaper. Why not sing a song about the sunshine? Doesn't smell like sunshine, but that's all right. Mississippi John Hurt's You Are My Sunshine. So good. There's a bunch of different versions floating around on YouTube. Some he's tuned really low. Others he's a little bit flat, so be careful of that. But I'm just doing it in standard tuning. It doesn't really matter where you're at. Classic melody, again, a 1-4-5, C, F, and G. That's it. If you're new to finger picking, maybe a little tricky. Again, I got a Travis picking playlist. Go to that, do the first 3 videos. And then this one's not super tricky. It's a lot of fun. It's a great introduction to Hurt because it's not that crazy. I'm going to do a lot of pinching in a row, some syncopated stuff. It's a great one to have down. Plus, it's a song that everybody knows. You can sit and play it at the campfire. People are going to enjoy it. So let's do it together. Craig, thank you. A student of mine reminded me just how great this song was. He's like, can you teach me a bit of that? And I was like, I need to teach everybody this one. So here we go. John Hurt's You Are My Sunshine. Standard tuning. It's going to be great. We're going to learn it together. Mike's music method. Measure 1. Just a little pickup. All my, right, you, all my sunshine. So he starts on all my, and we got a C chord. I'm pinching 5 and 2 on that C chord, and then immediately hitting 2 again, but I put my pinky down on the 3rd fret. That's it. Pinch 5 and 2, hit 2 again with your pinky down on that C chord. And then right into the next measure. Measure 2. Still a C chord. I'm pinching 5 and 1, thumb alone, and then 1st string alone. And I'm using my middle finger there. So 5 and 1, thumb alone on 4, and then immediately on 1 again. And then we just end with thumb, thumb on 5 and 4 again. So with that little pickup, measure 3 in the tab here. Cool, just playing the melody. So we got thumb alone, it's still a C chord, thumb alone, pinching 4 and 1. Then we're pinching 5 and 2, and the pinky goes down on the 3rd fret here. Then we're pinching 4 and 1 again. So the melody is O, 3, O, 1st string, 2nd string, and it's 5, pinch 4 and 1, pinch 5 and 2. Oh, sorry, with the pinky down though. And then pinch 4 and 1 again. And if you're new to this many pinches in a row, it can be a little weird to keep the thumb going. Requires some thought, so go real slow. Really pretty alone, not even in the context of the song. So the whole thing from the beginning, 3, 4. Even when it's slow, we're hopping with her. Oh yeah. Measure 4 here has the same rhythmic element as measure 2, and it's this. So still a C chord. We've got 5 and 2, 4 alone, and then right away on 2. So 5, 2, 4, 2. And then we end 5, 4. the pickup. 2, 3, 4. Already hopping. And you'll notice on measure 3, when you put your pinky down, right, you're just gonna hold it down so it can ring a little bit until measure 4. Then you pick it up. I always want to let those melody notes ring as long as possible before jumping into the next one. Here is something always to consider with John Hurt is he's got the heavy thumb. I talk about this in every John Hurt video. I don't know why I'm not tutorialing it, yeah. But he's always got that heavy thumb, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that second and fourth beat, he's not just hitting the 4th string, but he's kind of pretty heavy-handed on 4 and 3. Sometimes even 2, you know, it's just kind of heavy, and it's palm muted on a steel string. The classical doesn't quite give you that twangy, crunchy kind of Hurt thing. So let's try that from the beginning here with that kind of heavy thumb. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, it's more full sounding, big. Sorry, this is a little buzzy, not the best guitar to play it on, but you get the idea. And when he's not doing melodies, he even emphasizes it more to kind of fill up that empty space of there not being that vocal melody that he's playing. Clever Hurt. Moving right along here, measure 5. Keep going with the melody, still on a C chord. So yeah, 5, 4 and 2, 5 and 2, but you put your pinky down on the 3rd fret again, then 4 and 1. So our melody is second string, open on the 1st, 1, 3, oh, and it's thumb alone on 5, 4 and 2, back to 5, still with 2 with your pinky down, and then 4 and 1st string. Finally gets a little bit tricky here. So we have a quick F chord. You can play it however you want. I do the thumb over the top, but if you want to play it this way, that's fine. So let me play it first. So we have this F chord. He's pinching 6 and 1, and then 4 is alone with the thumb. Then we move to, this is what's weird. It's still kind of an F chord, but Hurt isn't being quite as crazy and as careful as someone like Chet Atkins would be, or Merle Travis, or Doc Watson. He's a little more blues and folksy, and Delta blues. So he's a little more rough on the edges. So he's going to be kind of lazy and just give you 2 open strings there. So let me explain it here. We have this F, again, 6 and 1, 4 with your thumb. And even though he's still on an F chord, he doesn't care. He's just going to give you this low A, which is in the F chord, but it sounds a little rough, and he's got it really heavily palm muted if you listen to the recording. Because if you let it ring, it almost sounds wrong. And then he does open on that 4th string. That's a D. It's not really in the F chord, but kind of like an F6, so it still kind of works. And it's so fast, and it's more of like a rhythmic thing, right? Your ear is clearly paying attention to the melody. So when you hear it in context, those little bass notes they're more of a percussive element and they don't matter too much. So we have 6 and 1, 4 alone. Then we move, I put my pinky on the 5th fret of the 1st string, and I'm playing the 5th string open. So 5 and 1, and then 4 alone. So that's all it is. Right, when I palm mute on this guitar, you can't really hear it, so I'm gonna just let him play open, even though you'd be palm muting on a steel string. So that whole measure, then you hop after that F. So work on that. You might be coming from this full bar chord instead of the thumb. That's the idea, though. Microscope. I'm always telling my students to take out the microscope and zoom in Never feel embarrassed or ashamed if you're working on one measure for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time. That's totally fine. It's good. That means you're dedicated to the craft, and don't worry about it. That's what you have to do. Zoom in and just beat the heck out of that frickin' measure. Shake it, grab it, whatever you gotta do to it to get it in under your fingers and into your dumb brain. Okay, and I'm here to help. Measure 7, he goes to a G chord. You don't need the 5th string, so it's just 3 and 3 and 6 and 1. And he's pinching those two, 6 and 1. Thumb alone on 4. Then you're pinching 6 and 1 again, but you do a G7, which means your first finger goes down to the 1st fret on that 1st string. And then thumb alone on 4. That's it. 6 and 1, 4 alone, 6 and 1, 4 alone. You move from pinky to 1st finger with your melody. So if I go back one measure to that cool part, you get a lot of cool movement. The classic John Hurt walk, he does this in so many songs. Back to a C chord. He does this in many tunes. It's a great little fill of his little signature that he throws into the songs. So we're pinching 5 and 1, thumb alone on 4, and right away we do the 3rd string open. So pinch, thumb, index, 5, 1, 4, 3, and then you need the 6th string with the 3rd fret. So there's 2 ways to do it. One way is to move this ring finger, right? The other one is just to play a big C from the get-go, where your pinkies were normally where your ring finger is, and then your ring finger is on that lower 3rd fret, right? That big C chord. So either way, it's up to you. But we have pinch 5 and 1, 4, 3, 6, 3, then 5, 3, but that 5 is the 2nd fret. So it kind of implies that a G chord there. It's like a C chord, then a G chord. You know, that might even be easier to do it that way, right? I'm discovering new things as I teach you guys all the time, so thank you. So it's a C chord. We can think of it this way. C, 5, 1, 4, 3. Then you can move to a G chord. 6, 3, 5, 3. Right, it's just those 2 notes of a G chord. Why wasn't I thinking about it that way the whole time? Makes it way easier. Thanks, interneters. Whole thing from the top. We're going to do it together. It's going to be fun. 2, 3. You're doing it. Coming out of the run, we end up on measure 9. So we have that run from 8. And then we end up on a C chord. And he continues the melody straight from that C. So we have 5 alone. Have we seen this measure before? Maybe not exactly. I'm not sure. 5 alone, 4 and 2, and then 5 and 2, but you put your pinky down. And then 4 and 1. What? Have we seen that before? Am I going crazy? Oh yeah, it's exactly the same as measure 5. So go back. I don't need to explain it a million more times. Now 10 gets a little bit trickier. Again, very similar to measure 6, but the rhythm's different. We have, because we have a neat little slide. So it's an F chord, play it however you want. We're pinching 6 and 1 again, and then the 4th string alone. But right after that, I'm sliding from 3 to 5 on the 1st string. But when I hit that 5, I'm playing the open on the 5th string. Well, let me get that timing right. Kind of weird. Right when you end up on that top one, you hit the 5th open. So that might take some getting used to. Then you hit 4 alone. Again, very similar to that measure 6, but not quite the same because you have the slide. Pinch, thumb, and slide. 6 and 1, 4. Then I hit 1 and slide. I hit 5 with my thumb, and then 4. goofy, I know. There's something about the sound in your hand that doesn't really seem to match up. But go slow, watch me do it a bunch, slow down the video if you have to. I promise you'll get it. And if you don't get it, comment below and jump on the Zoom meeting. I do Zoom meetings every Thursday, so jump on and I'm there to troubleshoot anyone's guitar issues and help if I can. And we just kind of hang out and it's fun and we shoot the breeze. So the Zoom link is always below, Thursdays at 8 Eastern. It's fun, join it. We come out of measure 10 in a very fun way in measure 11. We still have our pinky down, and now our rhythm is 5. Let me play the whole measure. So we're still in that weird kind of voiced F6 chord. Is 5, 1, 4, 2. And everything's open except that 5. So 5, 1, 4, 2. Then we move it down to a G chord and we pinch 6 and 1. Then we pinch 4 and 1, but we move it to a G7. So that's our ending. Pinch 6, 1, pinch 4, 1. And it's a G chord, 3rd fret, and then a 1st fret, G7 chord. So that measure, well, that was it. 5, 1, 4, 2, pinch, pinch. So let's go to measure 10. Measure 12, really straightforward. We have a C chord, and again, we're gonna need this note in the bass, so either move it or just play it big from the beginning. We've got 6 and 1, or sorry, 5 and 1. 4, 2, 6, 4. Pinch, 5 and 1. 4, 2, 6, 4. So pinch, thumb, index, thumb, thumb. Measure 13 is a random bar of 2/4. Folk artists do this all the time, right? It's You Are My Sunshine. You can manipulate it and do what you want with it. Cohen does it a lot. Dylan does it all the time. Paul Simon. And when you're listening, you're like, it doesn't really bother your ear or stand out. Then when you try to play it, it can really trip you up. But what's happening is he's just getting rid of 2 thumb notes and compacting the melody. And it kind of leaps ahead. I don't know if you notice it when you're listening. But so 13 is really simple. It's just pinching 5 and 1 on a C chord. Or sorry, pinching 5 and 2 on a C chord. Then you put your pinky down on the 3rd fret. Pinch 4 and 2. 5, 2, 4, 2. And that's it. So it's weird because there's only 2 beats in that measure. So coming from measure 12... it comes sooner than you expect it to, because you want to hear this from, again, from 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. But he doesn't give you that 1, 2. He bumps it ahead to keep it exciting. Breaks your expectation. And then into measure 14. Whoop. Little hop there. So measure 14, we're pinching 5 and 1 on a C chord. Then 4 is alone. And then it's 5, 2. And here, you could just drop your 1st finger, and we're playing 4 and 1. So again, kind of implying like a G7. But I'm hearing it really staccato, so I'm hearing it like this. I'm hearing him move his 1st finger, because everything's really short and truncated, punchy, staccato. So 5 and 1. 4, 5, 2, 4 and 1 with that 1st fret there. Now you don't have to do that if you want. You're welcome to just drop your 1st finger instead of moving it all the way down. They call that a roll, right? You use the tip of your finger, then you drop it to the pad. Right, a roll. Gotta practice those. But here he's not doing a roll. He's just jumping his whole finger down there to keep it all staccato and punctuated. Little punch here. Measure 15. Got a C chord, 5 and 1. 4 alone with the thumb. Then we move to a G chord, 6 and 2. Then you put your 3rd finger down on the 3rd fret on 2 and play 4 and 2. So 6, 2, 4, 2. Open on the 2nd, 3rd fret on the 2nd. Whole measure. Oh yeah. That's a lot of material, so let's double back to measure 9 and go through it slow from there. 15, measure 16, back to a C chord with that same fill. Exactly the same as measure 8. And then the end of the song, measure 17. Oh, that's not right. Oh yeah, that's right. C chord, 5, 4, 2, 5, 2 with the pinky down, 4, 2 with the pinky up. So the melody is just that. 5, 4, 2, 5, 2, 4, 2. For all you singers on this one, it's a little bit confusing because each verse has a different syllable count. So you're not going to actually do a straight repeat. You've got to learn which phrasing goes with which stanza of lyric. So I'll show you what I mean. When he starts singing, for example, we're not doing measure 1 in the tab. Pull the tab up. All my tabs are free. The value for value model, by the way. My goal is to never charge for any content. I hope to keep making more and more videos, but I will never charge for a tab. That's a promise. Or any of my videos. I plan on making a book. I don't even think I'll charge for that. Like, I want everything to be free, so anyone who doesn't have the means can learn. Some 14-year-old kid can find my channel and get all the content and, you know, keep the tradition alive. But for those of you who can donate, please become a monthly contributor. Well, it's the value for value. I don't need to beg you. If you're getting great value from this channel, then just consider the value you're getting. Am I worth a cup of coffee a day, a cup of coffee a week, a cup of coffee a month? You know, you could be taking private lessons, paying $30 a lesson, $40 a lesson. That's 4, 8, 12, 6, $160 a month. Instead, you're just sitting down watching my videos for free. So consider the value. But anyways, what was I was talking about something here. We're talking about singing, so let's do it. So we start with measure 17 because he's got to sing, and he can't sing that short pickup, right? So you are my... Then we go to measure 2. Sunshine, my only sunshine. Now instead of 6, he goes to 10 because there's a quicker syllable count here. Happy when skies are gray. Then back to measure 8. And now we're on 9. So you see what I mean? It's all the same chords, but sometimes the syllable count is quicker and sometimes it's not. So now we're on 9. Skies are gray. Yeah, here comes 9. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. And let's try the second verse. The other night. I don't know how he does that actually. The other night, dear. Well, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. So there he does 5, 6, 7, and 8 because there are less lyrics in that stanza, right? Held you in my arms. Then we're on 9. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. I'm learning with you. You get the idea. You have to be a little more thoughtful, which is, singing pattern goes with the quick thing, which with the slow. But instead of, tabbing it all out and thinking about it, just kind of follow the lyrics with your hand. Get really comfortable with with all measures, and then when you sing it, just kind of be aware of which one you're placing with which vocal line. I hope that makes sense. What a happy tune. Go play it for your friends, but don't keep singing the stanzas, because I think it's kind of depressing. All these folk songs. I don't know about this one, actually. I haven't read all the verses ever, I don't think. Does Hurt sing all of them? It looks like there's originals online that have way more. Something about a crawfish jumbo jambalaya. Finest oysters, sweet strawberries. I have no idea about that verse. Anyway, that's the song. We're going to play it through slow several times and really fine-tune it, so let's do that. And we'll do all this slow, and if it's still too fast, I'm sorry, but I can't make it as slow as possible for everybody. You can go to 0.75 speed on YouTube, 0.5 speed, whatever you have to do. From the top, we have this pickup. 1, 2... It's addicting though. So much fun playing John Hurt with you guys. I feel like you're here right now with me. We're connecting through the YouTubes, learning John Hurt together. Go play it in the sunshine. It's actually a beautiful June day right now. Sun is shining. I was enjoying it. Keep at it. See you guys soon. Frickin' measure, shake it, grab it, whatever you gotta do to it to get it in under your fingers and into your dumb brain.